Dr. Jacobs, have you ever heard of a case? You have patients who have side effects from hair loss treatment, like what, like depression,
loss of libido, impotency, and depression, anxiety, a whole series of things. Yes.
Have you ever heard of anybody feeling it's made them transgendered?
No.
No. What do you think is going on? I mean, how is this possible, or is it?
I mean, I think gender, as you said, is something that's hardwired and we're largely born with. I think that it's solidified socially as we grow up. Even exposure to hormones in our mother's wombs might affect that. But the idea that hormones exposed later in life can do it doesn't seem, it seems like the hormonal changes that the drug would cause, because I believe you had suffered the post-finasteride syndrome, which is a terrible side effect that lingers after the drug is stopped even. That syndrome will lower testosterone, and losing that masculine feeling would certainly be in keeping with the feelings someone who's transgendering towards female would want or would expect.
So is it possible that you had these feelings or that you didn't really recognize what they were, and then this lowering of testosterone sort of allowed those feelings to come to the fore?
You know, the only reason I spoke out is because this was, like I said, a real struggle for me. It wasn't a happy, ending to a story in which I had hid, for years and finally came out as transgender. This was, where I was having severe panic attacks that felt like every time I would, try to accept what was happening to my body and what was happening inside my body, the anxiety would be uncontrollable. I'd have a panic attack. This was last year. Now, finally, after 4 months of that, I said, you know what? I felt like I was stuck in a loop. I'd been feeling the same way for months, and I said, I'm going to pick myself up and move forward. I started going to counseling. Do
you plan to take hormones to continue your transition? Because you're not currently taking any hormones.
Right. Finasteride is the only medicine I took. Now, I haven't taken anything else. I do plan to. I have made an appointment in May, but the appointment wasn't until later this fall because they were so booked up in advance.
So you plan to continue with transition?
Well, I mean, I do, yes. I mean, once this came to light this summer, it made me reevaluate, my own feelings, and all I can say is, I haven't found anything in this experience of, going to doctors, talking about the Propecia syndrome. There's no treatment for it right now. There's no cure. Thousands of men are affected, and it has really detrimental effects.